Solicitor General Jose Calida is trying to block the release of the thousands of documents related to the killings in the war on drugs. He says they contain, quote, very sensitive information with law enforcement and national security implications. After resistance by Calida, the Supreme Court compelled the government in April 2018 to turn over to the court thousands of documents related to more than 20,000 killings by both vigilantes and policemen related to the war on drugs. Calida tells the Supreme Court petitioners are only entitled to documents related to the killings in their petitions, but not to the documents related to the rest of the thousands of other killings. Human rights lawyer and opposition senatorial candidate Chel Diokno is one of those leading the petitions. The Supreme Court also said that at the very least, the government must prove that it has documented all killings, especially those in legitimate police drug operations. The International Criminal Court is examining whether these killings amount to crimes against humanity. Chief Justice Lucas Bersamin on Thursday defends the Supreme Court's 9-4 vote upholding the legality of the third extension of martial law in Mindanao.
Whether that information was true or not is irrelevant. If there was false information and the President did not know it, but nonetheless acted upon it, the theory is it is still within the competence of the President to make a decision on that.
Bersamin says majority of the NBank found sufficient factual basis for the third extension of martial law in Mindanao. Martial law in Mindanao is extended until the end of 2019. During the oral arguments in January, Associate Justice Benjamin Caguioa picked apart the military's implementation report, noting many inconsistencies and conflicting details, where some incidents were attributed to both communist rebels and the Abu Sayyaf. Caguioa was the original member in charge, but he was outvoted 9-4, relegating his opinion to a dissent. The most junior justice, Associate Justice Rosemary Carandang, will be the new ponente. The Supreme Court has yet to release full copies of the decision and separate opinions. Samsung on Wednesday unveils a folding handset, becoming the first major manufacturer to offer the feature.
Each screen works perfectly on its own, but the Fold is more than two separate screens. It's a unified device. These displays work together to give you a singular, seamless, multi-screen experience.
Samsung also announces the first device for 5th generation or 5G wireless networks, one of 4 versions of its flagship smartphone, while stepping up its efforts in artificial intelligence and wearables. The Galaxy Fold serves as a smartphone with a 4.6-inch display and unfolds to become a tablet of 7.3 inches. The Fold will first be available April 26.